To be or not to be political, that is. It's really hard because there's a lot going on, but also because there's money to be made, right? People want to hear what people are thinking. People are making money talking to cameras. I'm not, by the way, but maybe one day. Anyway, my question is to myself in starting up doing videos is, particularly on YouTube, is should I be political? And again, it's hard not to be when you have a long view of history, when you're involved in current events. Anyway, so let's move past that. So, to be or not to be political, I think to be. To suffer the slings and arrows of the outrageous fortune that we have to be living in this wild time. The Chinese proverb that everyone talks about. May you live in interesting times. Yes, so that's that. I'm gonna move on past that. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing okay, especially with the diarrhea parasite going. I just ran in. I have no problems, by the way, so far. But I don't eat salads. That's probably a good reason why, and you shouldn't either. So yeah, I'm here doing videos, trying to see what's up, trying to be part of the marketplace of voices. And I think I said this in my first video yesterday. No one is getting 15 minutes of fame, despite the fact that everyone has a video we can point to and link to, and will undoubtedly have views from people we don't know, i.e., an audience. It is not a 15-minute of fame thing. The 15 minutes of fame that was discussed by a very, very old dude in very, very old times, long before many of you watchers were born, was about having like national, international household name fame. And the idea was that everyone eventually was going to rise to something or do something that was going to be of interest to like the news aggregators of the time, the tastemakers of the time, and therefore there you go. And it could be infamy, it could be all kinds of things that would make them famous. People think that that's the way now. Oh, everyone has a YouTube channel, so therefore everyone has 15 minutes of fame. No, they don't. What they have is access to a platform that everyone has access to. And so to me, it's about trying to see what I can do in the marketplace of voices and ideas. I certainly think I have enough to say, but the real question is it flow and is it interesting? So we'll see. Anyway, I want to move on from that and also say, like, why should you be watching me? I said this yesterday, but I've been working in entertainment news for a while. I was at TMZ for a few years. I can tell you a lot about that, but also I've been watching entertainment news for a long time, and I've been part of news in general for a while, and then just a pop culture watcher for years. So I have a lot of inside takes on things that I will share, but mostly I just want to comment on what's going on and add what I think is a historical or whatever you want to call it layer. By the way, if the lights are weird, I'm still futzing with that. Futzing. That is such an old-fashioned word. I'm going to cross that on my list, particularly if I want to get Gen Z followers, watchers. I really don't care who watches, but we'll see what happens. So, the Odyssey. That's really what I'm into talking about. The Odyssey, coming out on Friday, 2 days from now. And all the stuff about people refusing to watch it because of the anachronisms in terms of the armor being wrong, but also the casting choices, making it woke, which we cannot have woke stuff, even for things that are mythological. So we'll see what happens with, well, not see what happens. We know what's going to happen. It's going to be the #1 movie. It's going to be lauded very heavily. It's going to be very high in Rotten Tomatoes. There are going to be some people who try to subvert that stupid Rotten Tomatoes. But no matter what the box office is for this weekend, there are going to be people who will go on social and say it missed expectations, it flopped, it made less than X movie, all that sort of stuff. Again, this is a 3-hour epic movie about a 2,500-year-old story. It was never supposed to be a mega blockbuster. Neither was Oppenheimer, by the way. And so I think this is going to be in that lane. A lot of people are saying who know box office, and I used to know a lot of this when I worked at entertainment things, it'll make between 85 and 95,000. So under 100 million. Sorry, 85, 95,000. It's going to make $85,000. Guarantee that. Put that on Kalshi. No, it's going to make between 85 million and 95 million. So not Marvel level, not Spider-Man level, which the week after will probably be beyond big, but huge. And I think the biggest for Nolan, I'd have to check that, but big. Remember, Oppenheimer was big, but it also did have Barbenheimer. I think this is a lone, everyone gave it its own weekend this time. People weren't stupid enough to try to program against it. So again, it's going to be huge. It's going to be really big in IMAX. Some people are going to wait to see it. Wait. So they won't go the opening weekend. So unlike other movies where the opening weekend is all that matters, this is going to have some tails to it, particularly with the IMAX market. So whatever happens, you know there's going to be people out there trying to diss it. And my question is why? Again, I said this yesterday. What's your rooting interest to root against this movie? Politics. Your point of view is most often it.